Good morning. Welcome to my word for the day. I'm Lee Watson. I've got another good word for you today, and I hope you enjoy it. I am a small business advisor. I'm also an entrepreneur and an adventurer, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about all those things at some point. And one of the ways you can do that is by getting a hold of me at businessbeyondnumbers.com/contact. Set up a free 15-minute call. So the word today comes from, how do I find them? There, the Virtues Project. They produce these cards. These are good words, all good words. And today I picked the good word endurance. Endurance. You know, if you're not dead, you're still in the race. I know it's interesting. I know some people who have, hung in there through great adversity and sickness and just so many bad things. And yesterday, I was at the hardware store and I met a guy who is retired. He's been retired for, I think, 6 years now. He used to work at the railroad, and so he doesn't need to work. He's got a pension and all, but he knew that if he just sits on his butt, this is a reasonably healthy guy. If he stops what he's doing, statistically speaking, he's not going to last very long. So he got this job at the hardware store, and he loves it, and he talks to people, and he helps people, and he knows the store really well. But that's endurance. That's what happens when you're late in the race and you keep on going. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The word today is endurance. Okay, here we go. Endurance is our ability to withstand adversity and hardship. It's more than that, but let me keep going here. We practice perseverance and patience when obstacles arise, open to the lessons they bring. We don't give up or feel hopeless about ourselves. We hold on. Endurance hones our character and seasons our souls. Weathering the inevitable changes in our relationships deepens trust and loyalty. It makes love abiding and strong. The early navigators, and I love this sentence, early navigators who plotted their course with nothing but the stars became strong, confident sailors. I'm a sailor, but I can't say I could cross an ocean without GPS or some other navigational tools. Doing it strictly by the stars, that's something. When trouble comes, endurance gives us the strength to stay the course. And that's what they did, sailors of old times. It's amazing to me. I know a guy personally who sailed solo around the world. And that's quite a feat. That's an understatement. But he had tools. He had internet and GPS and all kinds of, I don't know if he had internet necessarily. It'd have to be satellite. But anyway, he had lots of navigational tools. And it still required tremendous endurance to get all the way around the world. And to do things like that without those tools requires amazing endurance, even more amazing endurance. So, if we're still here, if we can still think, if we still have something to offer to someone, endurance says, hey, keep going, keep going. Okay. There's a quote here. It says, endurance is not just the ability to endure a hard thing, but to turn it into glory. That quote was from William Barclay. Taking your endurance and turning it into something really fantastic. And that can be something small, like this fella in the hardware store. He decided that he wasn't going to sit on the couch and watch TV after he retired. And he learned all about the hardware store and what things do, and he's really knowledgeable about stuff, things that you wouldn't think of every day. And I was looking for a particular little valve, and he was able to find it. These things, the when somebody practices the endurance to keep going, to learn, to participate in life, to help other people, whether it's through finding stuff in the hardware store or writing things that will mean something to people, or painting, music. I mean, anything. It can be anything, but that is such an important part of life. Okay, so what does the practice of endurance look like? I find the strength to live through adversity. I seek the lessons in hardships. I do not let troubles keep me down. I accept the challenges love requires. I have lasting relationships. I gain confidence by not giving up. I'm thankful for the gift of endurance. It fortifies my will. Great word here today from the Virtues Project. It's endurance. Great thought, great word. I hope that when I get old, it's such a relative thing, you know. When I was a teenager, I would consider somebody my age to be ancient. Okay, that's fair. But every year that goes by, our thoughts about what's old changes. It changes. It's all relative. You know, we're fortunate to get to live here, you know, up to 100 and some years. Much less for some, and maybe a little more for others. But the thing is, while we're here, I think we're supposed to contribute. We're supposed to help other people. We're supposed to be servants and make the world a better place. And that is going to require endurance. And if you're just joining us, that's our word for the day, endurance. It's a great word. It's all about continuing in the race. Now, I recently met a couple of friends at a park to take a nice walk. It was a couple of mile walk, 2 or 3 miles. I don't remember what it was, but about halfway through, maybe a little more than halfway through, one of my legs just gave out, and I fell and slid in the mud, and I realized at that point that I didn't have the endurance to do that. I mean, we were walking, jogging, back and forth, and I didn't have, something happened in my leg, and I just didn't have the endurance to do what we were doing. I ended up pretty much walking, a little bit of jogging the rest of the way. I did finish because, you know, it was a big loop through a park. But as a result of that, two of us decided, hey, you know what? By July of this year, we're going to do a 5K together, and it's going to be great. We don't have to win it. We just have to do it. We have to finish it. And for me, it's going to require some endurance for both of us, actually, for anybody who takes on something like that. Now, not everybody can do this. You know, there are people who have physical challenges that just don't make this possible. But there are other things that you can do. Use your mind, use whatever you have with endurance to make this world a better place. Okay, that's my wish for you today. I hope you can make that true. Make that endurance a part of your life. That's a great thing to do. There we go. Okay, like I said, I'm a business advisor. I'm an entrepreneur and an adventurer. If you want to talk to me about anything, including the Virtues Project, contact me at businessbeyondnumbers.com/contact. Set up a 15-minute free call. This is not a sales call. This is a call for you to talk about what you want to talk about. And if you want my advice on something that I know about, I mean, there are some things that I know about. I've been in business a long, long time. I've been involved in construction and real estate, and um, yeah, I'm happy to share what I know with you because I think we're supposed to do that. I think we're supposed to share what we know, what we're good at, and so I'm willing to do that. Just pick a time and let's have a chat. It's funny. I had a chat yesterday and I've got to follow up with this. He's in England, and he was one of the most interesting people I've met in a long time. And we had some commonalities in our past. He grew up on the sea. His father was a boat builder. I'm a sailor. We just talked about a lot of things, and he was super helpful in helping me to get out of my own way sometimes. Okay. Anyway, let's practice endurance today. Okay. Lastly, do something nice for somebody else. And if you have the resources, do something nice for a whole bunch of people today. It's a great thing to do. It changes the world. Trust me on this. I know this. I've seen this. If we can be that light, that source of hope and peace and love and joy and all those things, including endurance, if we can model this for other people, let's do that, because that makes it possible for somebody else to say, hey, maybe I could do that too. Maybe I could learn to paint. Maybe I could learn to play an instrument. Maybe I could write. Maybe I could run a 5K, anything, something. So be that source of light and hope. And I will talk to you in a couple of days. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.